Hello everybody and welcome back to another My Porch Prints tutorials. This is Kyra and today I'm going to be showing you how to put together this little pastel Easter junk journal. Now this is a no-sew junk journal. It's one signature, just a little fun project that you can do for the Easter holiday and something that you might be able to slip into an Easter basket for someone, or maybe record some memories of your special Easter celebration, or maybe just something to make for fun during the day if you are looking for something to do. For this video, I'm not going to be getting overly complex with this. I'm going to try to stick mostly to the elements that are included in the kit, and that means using the pages that come with it. Now, these pages have decorative elements on the left side and blank and lined elements on the right. And these are just printed on regular cardstock, nothing printed on the back. And if you want to, you can round the corners of these. I'm going to go ahead and just leave mine as is for today to keep things simple. And we're going to begin by taking our sheets and folding them in half along the sort of marked line here, just like this, and creasing them just like so. And each of these are going to be glued back to one another. So go through and fold every page in half like this, and then the white sides are going to be glued together, and that's going to make the book sort of flip through without having to do any kind of sewing. And you can, switch the pages around if you want to. They don't all have to be, blank and lined sheets on the right. I'm going to do that today, but you certainly don't need to do that. You can put the pages in any order, and that's perfectly fine. Alright, so to stick these together, I'm just adding some glue around the perimeter here, and I'm just going to sandwich my two pages together like this. And with this, it's really important to try to keep the spine as even as possible. It's okay if your pages get a little bit crooked here and there, or like if the pages are like a little bit long when they're glued together, because you can just take some scissors and trim that off. So like here you can see there's a little bit of white showing, and I'm just going to trim that off. If you wanted to, you could also take some distress ink and go over all of the edges and hide them that way, but the most important thing is to keep your spine as equal as possible. So go ahead and take all of your pages, fold them all in half, and then just continuously glue them one after the other back to back and sandwich them all together, kind of like an accordion here, and that's going to make our single signature for our journal. Alright, and once all of your pages are glued together, it should look something like this. And then you can see here kind of what it looks like from the other angles. I tried to get my spine as even as possible. You don't want any pages like too high or too low or sticking out too far, because otherwise when you glue the spine cover on, it might not sit properly. So let's go ahead and do that now. We've got the front and back cover as well as the spine. And if you want to, you can take some ribbon. It can be like, one piece of string. I'm going to go ahead and use 3 different ribbons here to get kind of like different material, different colors, different textures, just for fun. And I'm going to use these to tie my journal shut, but I want to hide them underneath my spine and covers. So what I'm going to do is wrap all 3 of these around my journal. This is the spine side and this is the open page side. And we're going to wrap it around so that you can tie it where the page is, like the open page side is, like this. Alright, and then now we can cover this with our covers. So make sure to kind of center it where you want it to be, because once we glue everything down, you won't be able to adjust it. And then I'm going to start with my spine first, and I'm going to wrap it around the spine of my signature here like this, just kind of forming it to the form of my spine. And once I have that form fitted, I'm going to add some glue along these little tabs on either side of the spine. I'm not going to add glue to the center because I don't want it to squeeze in between my pages and accidentally glue my pages shut. So just keeping it on the tabs here on the side. And I'm going to wrap those tabs around my covers like this, and I'm going to use some bulldog clips to help hold this in place while it dries. Alright, and once that is completely dry, it should look something like this. And now we can go ahead and add our covers. So there are 2 covers to choose from. You can decide which one you want to make the front and which one you want to make the back. I'm going to use the little bunny on the front for mine. So I'm just going to take my Fabri-Tac glue and just add it all over the cover here and just glue that panel straight down on top of my ribbon on the very front of my journal. And then also glue the back panel on as well. And if your panels are a little too big, you can always trim them up a little bit. Mine fit really well, so this is what that looks like when it's done. And you can see our little ribbons here are just kind of stuck in between the covers, and you can use it to tie your journal shut. Now, you may find that the spine is a little bit stiff, so that'll, work itself out as you continue decorating your journal, so don't worry too much about that. And I'm going to start by just going over all of my edges with some distress ink here, just real roughly to make it look a little bit more complete. And for my decorating process, I like to kind of start with my sort of base layers here. So I'm going to be taking the pockets that come with this kit, and I'm going to be starting with those, gluing those into the journal, just kind of wherever I think they look nice. So we've got vertical pockets, we've got some like slanted pockets, some horizontal pockets, and you can use these kind of however you want. I like to try to think about where my ephemera is going to be tucked in and how to make it easier to access, so that kind of will help me dictate where I put my pockets. I also don't want to cover too much of my writing space, so I'm going to be putting these primarily on the more decorative pages in this journal. And with the vertical pockets, you can use them as just a tuck space, or you can use them as kind of like a belly band by putting them in the center of your page. So I'm going to be doing both in this journal. You can see here I'm just adding glue to the top, the bottom, and the right side of the vertical band here, and that's going to give me space for tucking ephemera. And I'm just going to continue this process of adding glue to the edges of these pockets and gluing them in. And there's not really a right or wrong way to use these, so you can get as creative as you want. So for this one here, I'm actually going to be layering up 2 of my horizontal pockets here, just like this, and I'm going to be taking a little bit of ribbon. Again, this is optional, you don't have to, or you can go, really crazy and get as creative and decorative as you like. I'm trying to keep things fairly simple for this one, just in case, not everyone has the same materials, so I'm just trying to kind of stick to the kit here and show you kind of roughly what you can do with just the elements in the kit. And the kit does have a lot of elements. It comes with lots of these little ephemera pieces to tuck into your pockets, and you can also use these panels as decorative sort of page elements that make even more tuck spaces. So that's what I am doing here with this one. And then I'm just going to go in and kind of start decorating my pockets a little bit, just kind of having fun and trying to find pieces that sort of match color-wise, that I feel kind of complement each other. Again, layering up some of those vertical pockets here to make kind of like a layered tuck space situation like this. And then I am going to take a little bit more ribbon here and just decorate this edge, just kind of make it flow a little bit better with the page. It's kind of just up to you what you think looks nice. I decided to take some of these paper doilies that I have and just wrap them over the page like this. And that's just creating a little bit more texture on the background. A really simple way to add ephemera is using things like paper clips and just paper clipping ephemera in like this. And then I'm also taking the butterflies from the kit and I'm going to be folding them to give them a little bit of dimension and then gluing them down here. And that's just going to make a little bit of a 3D effect on a page. And with things like tags, feel free to add eyelets and ribbons and make them, you know, feel a little bit more detailed if you want to. But again, it's just as simple or as detailed as you want to be with things. You could add cheesecloth, you could add bows, buttons, stitching. You can really go crazy with this if you wanted. Alright, and using a couple of the decorative pieces here, I'm actually going to turn them again into tuck spaces. So I have this little, what do you call this, like a cloche filled with Easter eggs? Is that what you call this? I don't know. What do you call this thing? Let me know in the comments. I have no idea. And I'm just going to use it as kind of a tuck space for more ephemera here. And this kit also comes with some page tabs that you can use, and you can use these on the pages themselves, or you can use them on ephemera pieces like I'm doing here to kind of give them like a little easier pull tab, just as like a decorative element. And there's also labels with this kit, so I'm going to be using some of those here just kind of randomly throughout the journal wherever I feel like they will look nicest. And there is this little Easter basket here. You can use this as like an ephemera piece or like a decorative element on the cover. I'm going to be using it as a pocket for these eggs here that come with the kit. And then just going in and continuing to decorate with some of the little fussy cut butterflies and flowers that come with the kit. Just kind of filling things up as I go. I do try to think about kind of colors and awkward empty spaces on pages and try to fill them up with things. I'm adding like a little satin bow here, and again we have links to most of these materials down in the description box, links to the kits, we have what kind of paper and printer we use, so make sure to check the description box if you have any questions or anything you're looking for. It should be down there. And feel free to go around pieces with distress ink to make them pop and give them a little more contrast, to kind of stand out from the background. Sometimes when a kit is all pastels, things can kind of blend together, so it's nice to just add a little bit of contrast to some of these pieces. And I'm also taking some lace here and I'm going over it with some distress ink just to make it look a little bit more vintage and give it kind of a warmer tone so that it kind of stands out and again adds contrast to the page. So that's just kind of a little trick I use when I don't have time to tea dye my ribbon. Using distress ink kind of is a quicker way to do it. Alright, so here's kind of a little quick flip through here of the pages I've done so far. I only have a few page tabs left, so I'm going to go in and add a few of those here and there, but otherwise we're pretty much done with the decorating stage for this. I think this only took me maybe an hour to do, and that was with no guidance, so for you it should go a little bit quicker. So this is a really simple, easy project for you to do. If you're wanting to give these away as like gifts on Easter, you should be able to do several of them really easily back to back without taking too much time. Alright, and to finish it up, there is this little sort of ribbon label that says Happy Easter, and you can just use that, glue it down to the cover, and call it good. I decided to go in with some of these little wooden stars that I got from the dollar store, and some buttons and a bow here and there, just in the corners of the cover to just give it a little more texture, a little bit more whimsy, I suppose, and just make it feel a little bit more complete, but again, that's entirely optional. And then I'm just going to glue down my label. You could use puff tape again if you want to give it some dimension. I'm just going to keep things simple today and just glue it down. I have plenty of dimension with all the little stars and buttons, so I think that is going to finish up this journal for me. I forgot to mention I did put some ribbon on the cover. Sorry, it is 2 in the morning right now while I'm recording this, so hopefully I covered everything that you need to know, but it's just kind of a fun, simple decorating tutorial here just to kind of show what the kit has to offer and how you might use it. Again, you don't have to do exactly what I did. Feel free to get as creative as you'd like with this. It's a really quick and easy little kit that I feel like comes together really nicely and looks really complete and complex, even though it's not. So it's a really fun, cute Easter project. So I'm gonna just do a little flip through here to sort of show you off how it all turned out in the end. In case you're looking for something specific or wanted to see another detail, feel free to pause the video here and kind of look a little closer. But otherwise, that is going to finish up today's tutorial. Thank you so much for watching and crafting along with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any other tutorials that will be coming out on the channel. We always have news with new kits, freebies that we give away. Links to our social are all down in the description box, so feel free to join our Facebook group. We give a lot of freebies away over there, and we have fans that show off all of the projects they're making, so it's a really good way to get inspiration if you're looking for some ideas for your next craft. So yeah, otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I will be seeing you in the next tutorial. But right now I'm gonna go to bed. So again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!